Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of The New Critic. Today we're going to be looking at Season 4 of Prison Break. Following Season 3, Michael, Lincoln, and a few other characters that are left are assembled by Special Agent Don Self. If they help him take down the company once and for all, they will be cleared of all charges and they'll finally be free. But they're bound to make a few sacrifices along the way. So, this was another attempt to reinvent the show. While Season 1 was about breaking out of a prison, the second season revolved around going on the run, the third season had the characters getting thrown into another prison, and this season is somewhat of a heist season, if you will. Without giving away too much, the characters need to steal something from the company called Scylla. Scylla is a small portable device that contains all of the company's assets and personal files. It plays a significant role in the conspiracy that led to Lincoln's arrest in the very first season. Scylla is very important to the company because they want to use it in order to seize control of the country's economy. I would delve a little deeper into it, but if I do, we'll be here all day long. This season had some of the best character development on the show. Even though Michael is out of the Sona prison at this point, and the only thing he needs to do is play his part in bringing down the company, his life is in much more danger than he realizes. And when you watch this season, you'll understand why. And this is the season where he removes his tattoos because they're no longer needed and the company might be able to track him through those tattoos. And there's also some conflict between him and Lincoln, which has never been done before, but it'll be very interesting to watch. T-Bag starts a job this season at a corporation called Gate, which later becomes important to the plot. He's still torn between his yearning for legitimacy and his desire for revenge on Michael. Gretchen Morgan is back from Season 3, and I really liked what we learned about her character. The General is back and is put front and center as the main antagonist of this season. The action was fantastic this season. It has some great car chases, gunfights, and some hand-to-hand combat here and there. And there'll be plenty of explosions if you like that kind of thing. One thing that I've never really discussed in any of these reviews is the acting, and the acting has been very phenomenal throughout the entire series, and the actors give it their all. Each and every season. You honestly can't picture anybody else in any of these roles. The pacing may not be for everyone, but I didn't mind it. This season was, after all, very big in terms of scale and ambition. At 24 episodes, this season feels like the longest season. But the last 2 episodes aren't really all that important, and we'll talk about that in a bit. The story has some of the best twists and turns of the entire series. One in particular that made my jaw drop, literally. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that Prison Break has some religious undertones, and especially if you're a Christian or a religious person in general, I think you could identify with that sort of thing. This season has some of that as well, and I will say it actually feels organic to the show, and not needlessly ham-fisted or forced. But just the grounded and universal themes of the show, about family and brotherhood and so on, all of that stuff I think is what helped people identify with the characters and relate to the show. The show found some interesting ways to bring itself full circle. It doesn't completely forget where it all started, and there are some surprise appearances as well. To be honest, there are only 5 stories in existence that have ever made me cry at the end. Passion of the Christ, The Prince of Egypt, I Stand Alone, Lords of Chaos, and the ending to this season of Prison Break. And if you're crying by the end, either because you're sad the story's over or because it was just emotionally impactful, it means the writers did something good. Now this season's flaws are extremely minor. They're just a bunch of nitpicks. You know, maybe some obvious plot twists and some clunky editing. Some characters were barely in this season and it kind of disappointed me, especially after what happened in Season 3. Season 3 ended off on a pretty big cliffhanger with some interesting ideas, but it feels like a time jump occurred, so they were just kind of glossed over. Episodes 23 and 24 were actually released as a made-for-TV movie, and they explore a gap towards the end that didn't really need to be explored. But technically it's still important. I'm just not a big fan of those two episodes. It just kind of cheapens the impact of the ending. So if you haven't seen Season 4, I would highly recommend it. It's a beautiful way to end the series. And overall, this show is one of the most consistent TV series in existence and will always be one of my favorites. I mean, it starts off well, it progresses almost perfectly well, and it ends well too. But don't worry, there are other great shows that manage to pull this off. No, not you. So thank you all for watching. Please be sure to like this video, share it, subscribe, and hit the notification icon. And yeah, this was a great way to end Prison Break. One of the best TV shows ever. I mean, where else could they go from here? Oh. Okay. Interesting. Seems I may have glossed over this. Wait. Is this a good thing? Find out next time. I'll see you soon.